Don't worry about a thing.
I cannot believe how insecure Microsoft Windows is, especially XP. I mean, it's safe up to a point, but the second that you try and, like, if you create a share, so for example, I've got a share created for a backup file whereby administrators have basically write permissions to the folder because they're administrators, okay? So you'd assume that it would need some sort of authentication because of the fact that it's not selected to everyone. The first thing you do when you create a share is delete everyone, and then you add, you know, certain users like administrator. So I did that, and the second I did that, it became exploitable. And now if you look at this string of text here, I use Kali Linux to test my virtual machine XP. Basically it logged every single character, and how I did it was, if you see Kali here, you can see the exact same string. Now all that I did was use an inbuilt function in Metasploit, and at first it was saying it was having trouble doing it. It says it's not vulnerable, but the second I added that new share to the XP machine, that's when I retested by using the check function. So we push check, keep your eye on that. Oh, then again, I've already migrated, but basically these little commands, key scan, and obviously it's in reverse order. Right, here we go. So you set your R host, so if you know your IP for the internal network, that's the first thing you do, obviously. Right, so that's what I used, the SMB. So the first thing you do pretty much is you use that, pretty much the payload there. Show options, then I put in the IP of the system. Then I tried to do the exploit. Originally it failed because I didn't have any shares, but the second I had shares, I did another check, and it exploited. I forgot how to check the sessions, then I realised I didn't need to. Then I typed PS to check what was going on, and I found all my XP services. It even lets on that it's in a virtual box. So if you're out there testing things, pen testing, you'll realise that it will say VirtualBox service, and then so you've got a clue that it's in a virtual machine. But anyway, side note that was. So you see the Explorer, where is it? Yeah, Explorer at 1116. Okay, so I used migrate to go to that 1116. The second you do that, you've then done a privilege escalation. Now, also, as another side note, the XP machine is joined to a domain controller, even though the domain controller is offline, so it logged in via its local profile. It's still exploitable. It doesn't make it any more secure. The second I added that share, that's when it became exploitable, and I did a check. I found out it was. I migrated. I did a key scan start. I typed some text on the XP machine, come back. I did a dump, and yeah, the second you do a dump, type some more. There you go. There you go. As soon as you dump, you get some text, and that won't stop unless you stop it. So I'd like to now start up the domain controller and see if that makes any difference. But I doubt it will. It's probably just going to be just as exploitable. If not, it would be worse, because once the domain controller's online, you could probably pivot. But it's just astonishing how bad, XP and Windows in general is. As soon as you add a share, you shouldn't be exploitable just because you shared something. It's not like I shared it to everyone, and even if I did, it should only affect that folder that you're sharing. So why have they made it so exploitable? It makes no sense to me how they could design something to be exploitable just by having a share. That's like saying open your window and your door unlocks, your front door unlocks as soon as you look outside your window. Okay, that's analogy there, but you see what I'm getting at? It makes no sense how having a share would mean you're somehow vulnerable to a keylogger exploit. But yeah, there you go, it does, and it is. So you need to get off XP. I haven't tried this on anything other than XP yet, but I think it doesn't work on 10, but I haven't tried it on anything else. I've only tried it on XP and 10 on my own machines. But yeah, I think we need to check the servers as well, maybe. I don't think the server 2012 will be vulnerable, but I'm thinking maybe 2003 server, maybe that's just as vulnerable as XP. So yeah, even if you're in a corporate environment with all the firewalls in the world, it only takes one person in the network who's close enough to your network to just, notice you might have a share, and because of that they could exploit you, basically. So yeah, something to think about there. You need to upgrade, or get off 10, or get off Windows entirely. I mean, because Windows is just not built to be secure. It's just, they're stupid, they're retarded, they're incompetent. Maybe they built it that way because they wanted it to be hackable. They don't get paid for support for nothing. Just a thought.